Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. The Benin Monarch Oba Ewuare II has suspended a top palace chief, Utete Osagie. The Oba Dolagbony chief Osagie was accused of leading some members of Sokpekun society to place a curse on someone's premises without the permission of the Oba. Speaking on behalf of the Benin monarch, Chief Osaro said Chief Osagie's action was without the blessing of the palace. Chief Odion said the suspended chief acted on his own volition and not in the interest of the palace. He explained that the Osakmiko society is the property of the palace and permission ought to have been sought before embarking on releasing a curse on another man's premises. Odion said Chief Osagie overstepped his ban and has therefore been suspended from the palace. His words: on Saturday last week, a certain group known as Osakmiko, owned by the palace, was led by a chief to a certain premises in Benin to place a curse on an event which he has no right to do. The group Osakmiko belongs to this palace, and the only authority to such action is His Royal Majesty, the Oba of Benin. In this instead, neither did they seek the permission of the palace to take permission from the palace before going to perform such an act. The Benin monarch said. Subsequently, His Majesty the Oba of Benin has hereby disassociated himself from the palace from that event that the chief had led people to do. Chief Utoto Osagie, the Oba Dolagbony of Benin has been suspended from palace activity till further notice. For such things to happen in Benin, they have to seek the permission of the Oba of Benin. Otherwise, it is not valid. Osagie is also hereby suspended from Osakmiko society, he said. The Benin kingdom is an ancient kingdom where the Oba of Benin has rights, and he's a traditional leader, well respected. Even during the British era, the Oba of Benin was has always been a well-respected monarch. He has a voice. He's an Oba who looks after his people. What some of the things I want to say here is some of the things I've come to know about the Oba of Benin is an Oba that looks after his people. Why do I say this? Just a few days ago, please refer to my former news and hear some of the activities that the Oba has carried out in Benin to keep her people safe. One of the things he did, we're not strangers to cult activities that has been going on in Benin City. That is not just activity of gang and all that, but it has also led to loss of lives of people and has been escalating. The Oba of Benin, on his own volition, on his own accord, brought a group to make sure they curb that incident and this issue in Benin to make Benin safe again. Because those young boys have been causing a lot of trouble in Benin City. And so the Oba, to keep his people safe, went ahead and got these people called the Sakaba and has really been looking after his people. And since the coming of the Sakaba, if you refer to my previous news, like I said, since the incident of the Sakaba, he has not only, brought peace and quietness to Benin, but the cult activity that has been leading to killing of lives and property everywhere has been silent, and the mostly affected areas have been going about their lives peacefully, living life orderly, living their life in order. So these are some of the things that have been happening. They've been living their life in peace. So what are we saying? These are some of the things that the Oba has been doing. And also remember when people take girls to Italy and to other parts of the world to fornicate and to get involved in prostitution, drugs, and the rest. And before they go from Nigeria, they make them take an oath, and they also make them, swear and indict these people, make them so fearful, and they make these people that they cannot really leave this oath that they've taken. They live in fear. They are very uncomfortable. They don't want to do this act. They don't want to commit this act, but they cannot free themselves. And so some of these things that the Oba did when this news becoming rampant, what he did was he told the people who have taken oaths with their oppressors, with those that are using them for this trade. He told them that they've been forgiven, just to give them a bit of more confidence so that they can free themselves. Told them that they've been freed and that they are free now to go ahead and be free from the curse that these people have placed on them, that they are free to leave the trade of like prostitution. They are free to go about their lives. They are free to come back to Nigeria, and they are free not to involve themselves in such criminal acts and activity. And guess what? A lot of girls, young girls and boys were free, and some of them could regain their life again and start building their life. So these are some of the things that the Oba has done. Humanitarian, showing indeed that he's a man of the people. He looks after his people and he cares for his people. So this is some of the things that a man that cares for his people like this, a man that looks after his people, a man that wants, the youth to become people, to become somebody, not to be afraid of, not to be afraid of captors, not to be afraid of what is going on. I think is a good king, is a good monarch, is somebody to emanate. So here is a story of a chief, a very high placed chief, who has gone to place curse on some people. Why? The reason for his placing curse on those people is not clear at this moment, but he went ahead without discussing with the king, without seeking any permission, and the Oba saying, "What? How can you do this? Placing curse on my people? The place you went to place curse are my territory. These are my people." And so one of the first steps to curbing this kind of activity and act is to suspend the person involved. And so the Oba has gone ahead and has suspended this monarch, this very high placed chief. He's been suspended from all palace activity till further notice. And I know that some disciplinary actions will follow. And so, and also the curse that he has placed on these people, and they will find a way of rectifying it, according to the news, if you have heard clearly, has been void because it was not ordered. There was no proper, there was no proper permission taken, and the Oba is not in agreement. Remember that the vicinity and the area where this guy went was also one of the areas of the Oba, one of the areas of the king, and so he was not able to. He's been suspended so that in future other kings cannot. It will not be right for other kings to follow such or to do some of these things, so that there is law and order, and everybody knows their boundary, and you don't just go about putting curse on people. You don't just go about carrying out your own activity or do your own thing. There is law and order, and things should be done decently and in order. And so therefore the Oba of Benin has put this very high placed chief on suspension. I think this Oba is worthy of emulation and is a good man. I don't know much about him, but I would like to hear your take on some of the activities of the Oba of Benin and the news you've heard and you've listened to. What do you think? Do you think the Oba has done well? Do you think the Oba of Benin has acted correctly, curbing and calling the bluff of this high place chief who has gone to place curse on people? Please leave us a comment. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. We're here to keep you up to date with all that is going on in Nigeria and around the world. You've got a voice, please use it. Don't allow yourself to be intimidated. Don't allow anyone to use you. Please speak up against evil, against injustice, and let your word begin to, let your word effect a change and help and better the life of someone. Thanks very much for listening. God bless. Have a good day. Bye.